So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Q&A of the weekend. And let's find the questions where they are. Okay, here they are. So, first one is from Prabhat Star 1024. How can one become a household astrologer since astrology is the game of sannyasis? Okay. Okay. So you want to know how to be a household astrologer, meaning like having a family and practicing astrology, paying your bills through astrology. Simple. Follow my lead. What is my lead? Never make negative predictions in a chart. That has been, and those of you who have been following me, that has been my long-standing principle since I even started this channel, is to not give negative predictions. It's easy. Well, it's easy if you know astrology, but it's something you want to be careful of. It's something you want to be careful of pointing out negative predictions to other people that, like, for example, your spouse will have a major health issue in 2 years. And it will be a really dangerous thing. But if you do this remedy, she will come out of it. Well, you already planted the seeds of that negativity, that negative energy, and even though you're giving remedies, still, you're dealing with a cult. Like I said before, you're dealing with a cult. This is not astronomy. This is not IT. This is not mathematics. Okay? This is dealing with occult and mysticism. That's what everybody forgets to understand. So if you want to have a household and you love astrology, like I do, and you want to practice astrology, well, that's something you're going to have to avoid. As much as you may see something, as much as, like, for example, you see a person will never get married. Well, and yet you see they will have relationships come in, but they'll never get married. Well, you just tell them that, hey, this is the time you're going to meet someone for relationships. It's a potential period for marriage, but you're not going to tell them, no, don't get married. And the only person who should go into giving such like predictions, it's not really negative, it's practical, realistic predictions. Come on. That's the truth. It's a practical, realistic predictions. And I would love to know that now at my age. But if you're ready for those repercussions, then go ahead and do it. And the other thing that I will also say, you got to know how to clean yourself from all the work that you do all day. And it's not one size fit all remedy. Or not remedy meaning like the procedure or ritual. Each chart has to be looked at of an astrologer, and they would have to do some certain things to eliminate those residues of the karmas that you're looking at. And that's another reason why I don't do in-person reading or eye-to-eye reading. Eye-to-eye itself is transferring of the karma. Phone, once you're talking, the vibration itself is transferring the karma. So again, these are just my principle, but you're free to do what you like. And this is why also I've said I didn't even want to learn certain things in astrology. Even though the lessons were available for me, even certain certification programs were available for me, I just didn't even take those lessons. I'm like, I don't even want to know. Even if I know, it's not going to do any good for me because I'm not going to use it. So why even waste time learning it? And that's just me. You can be completely different. Then Big Chenga 20. What is your favorite planet and why? My favorite planet is Saturn. See? Right there. Saturn It's not big enough today, but it's Saturn. Because it is it's like when you see an apparition or a ghost, you're scared of it. Everybody says, be scared of it. And then you realize that it's actually an other dimensional being who has been trying to connect with me, has been trying to guide me. And here I was running away from it. But just because one day I just took this chance and I stood my ground and I wanted to face it head on, I realized that what was I afraid of? This is actually here to help me. So this is why Saturn just kind of became my beloved planet. Okay. And obviously, it's also my dharma, Saturn. Then Rohit Pandya, can you show a technique of Saturn? So that's a nice segue. Can you show a technique of Saturn? Technique, well, there's many. One simple technique you can do, 12th from Saturn will always give you the heaviest issues, heaviest problems till the age of 36. Till 36th year, you will deal with havoc with those particular issues. So for example, you got Saturn in the 10th house. Major karmic issues with the father will be there because 12th from Saturn will be the 9th house. So that's the simplest trick you can do. Then, oh my God, why isn't this is not even zooming in. Maybe my fingers are all greasy. I'm just going blind. Okay, so liberty and unity. When it comes to Vimshotri Dasha system, does the planetary time period signifies the planet being activated or the nakshatra being activated? Oh, hold on. When it comes to Vimshotri Dasha system, does planetary time periods signify the planet being activated or the nakshatra being activated? Both. The planet itself in Dasha will get activated. So if you're going through Venus Dasha, it's not like your Saturn is becoming active. It is your Venus that is becoming active. And with Venus, forget the nakshatra, its sign becomes active that it's sitting in. And the yogas that are being formed with Venus by other planets, those become active. And this is another thing that I'm kind of searching on. I'm doing research on, which is called nakshatra yogas. Yogas between the nakshatras. And those may tend to be, they will become active because if a planet is active, it's in a certain nakshatra. Well, that particular nakshatra might be creating a certain yoga from with another nakshatra. But I can't really say much about it because it's still in the research phase. It could take 5 years for me to even say anything about it. Okay. Then comes -21. What is husband going to be like with Saturn Dara Karka conjunct Jupiter both in Kritika in the 11th house? Cancer Lagna. Okay, Venus in the first house, Pushya in the first. Okay. Clearly, your spouse is going to be an executive. Somebody who may actually either be a lawyer in executive position, somebody who deals with decisions related to discerning things, cutting things out. Something's not working, well, let's cut it out. Let's fire this person. Let's hire this person. I don't like this. You need to fix this. They're very critical of everything and everyone. They're very judicial. And they don't have to be lawyers in order to be judicial. Okay? But a person is like very career oriented, very executive like. Even in the marriage, they will act in a very executive. Then Urvashi Sharma. People say that situations that comes to us in life are destined to come, but how we react to the situations is our free will. But our response for a situation creates another situation. Then where is destiny? Destiny is not, destiny is a matrix, it's a web. It's a web. So the event that came in was destined to be. You reacting to a certain way was destined to be, and you creating a certain karma from it was destined to be. But the way to avoid creating a new karma is not to exactly what you said, is to react to that situation or react to that situation negatively. Let's say you lose a loved one, you lose one of your parents, and it devastates you. If it's devastating you, if it's putting this pain because of the moments that you missed, that you would miss, the things that you couldn't do with your parent, well, now what you're doing is you're creating this particular web in the ether that, you know what, I wish I could have done this, and I wish I could repeat this moment again with this person. So now you have set this intention that perhaps if universe will allow me one more chance, maybe I can fulfill this karma somehow. And this is what is the hardest thing to do. Unless you are a yogi, and that too, not just a yogi by name, because everybody's a yogi, I'm a yogi, but I'm talking about a realized yogi. A realized yogi will be able to work that karma out, whether in their meditation, whether in their sleep, whether when they're walking. So even though they felt some emotion, they'll burn it out. One of the ways people burn it out is obviously doing proper kriya yoga. So that's my 2 cents in it. Then there's always a but. That's for sure. What shows sexual compatibility in a couple's chart? That would be Mars and Venus. And well, it's not just simple as Mars and Venus. You want to see, are Mars and Venus looking at each other? Are they conjunct each other? Are they trine from each other? That would create a great compatibility. Then nakshatra of one person to the other. Okay. So the nakshatra of the two people must kind of like play a certain game, certain activation. So if let's say one person had Ashlesha or Rohini in their chart, if the other person has Mriksira, Jeshta in their chart, that will be a very strong compatibility. If let's say especially both the individuals have strong masculine planets in their chart, masculine energy, okay, which is especially the fire signs, fires, pretty much the fire signs, them coming together will always create a great sexual compatibility, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and all three of them are masculine sign. So when the boy and the girl have those particular 2 signs, then you will see, great sexual compatibility coming in. Or it could be even just 2 people. Could be man, could be women. But it's very important for both the charts to have fire signs in them. Then, this is actually a good one. Triten Takar Sen. Can we make alternative ascendants for divisional charts like Aruda Lagna, Upapada Lagna, Indu Lagna? Absolutely. Absolutely. But what I'm going to add to it, you're going to keep going deep in a hole. See, when you do all of these things, yes, you can do it. There are rules. Okay? There are all kinds of different Upapada Lagnas. There are all kinds of Aruda Lagnas. Okay, there's actually 6-7 types of Gatika Lagnas. But okay, so what are you getting from it? Unless you know what you're doing, unless you know what you're looking at and why you're looking at it, unless you know the difference of the birth Aruda Lagna and Navamsha Aruda Lagna or Dwadasamsha Aruda Lagna, only then use it. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time and confusing yourself more, going deep into the rabbit hole without finding anything. So even though I know these things, I don't use them because, again, I need to know why I'm using them. And I haven't learned that, why I'm supposed to use these two Aruda together. I can look at Aruda of a certain chart, okay, and I can make sense out of just that chart. So I can look at Aruda of the Dasamsha. But why is it I'm looking at that Aruda versus the Aruda in the birth chart? And why I'm not supposed to look at it? Those are the things a person has to know. Then, Nikita Sharma, when you have 5 planets like Rahu, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter in the 12th house in Libra, is your life supposed to be a total disaster? No. No, says who? You know, if you, I believe Bruce Lee had like 4 planets in the 12th house in Libra, you know, and he was a world famous fighter, okay, world famous actor. Sure, there were other things that happened, but again, that particular part doesn't mean anything. 12th house could make you extremely not vulnerable, open to the spiritual realm, 4th dimensional realm. 12th house can actually even make you a international attorney with international law skills. 12th house, all of these planets in the 12th house can actually make you an entrepreneur. So there's nothing negative about it. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my Q&A for this week, and I'll start my regular series with Moon, I believe, in the 10th house of Dasamsha tomorrow. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.